Good morning and welcome back to Shared Lives, Shared Thoughts. Today I'm joined by my mum, Gill Richardson, and we're going to be discussing what it was like for me growing up in a shared lives house and what it has taught me. Hello, Mum.
Hello, daughter.
Thank you for joining us. So, I have two older brothers who obviously you raised. How did you find bringing up children as well as supporting adults with additional needs?
Okay, so when we first had our first person to live with us, the boys were early teens and you were 5. Yeah, so I think for you it was different because you were younger and you were brought up with it from the word go almost, and you didn't really know anything other than. For the boys it was a bit more of an adjustment, but I think they kind of took it in their stride, didn't they, really?
Yeah, but that's the boys have always been quite, whatever comes, haven't they?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's we're just quite a relaxed family.
Yeah, but I think they benefited because, both me and Dad were at home all the time. So if they needed to go somewhere, they needed to like taxi servicing, or if we needed to go to a friend's house, because we lived in a small village, so there was a lot of taxiing involved. So there was always an adult around that could do that. We were always there. We weren't at work as such. We were always there and able to do that.
Yeah, and that's something I really love, that you are always home, and there always is the opportunity for me to be like, do you mind just, running me here?
Yeah, I mean, right from the word, when one of our first ladies came to live with us, I think that on her first day of moving in with us, you had a sports day at school.
Yes.
So she came with us, which was wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had both my parents there watching sports day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice introduction for me to get to know her, and we have some good memories from that day. And she's always talking about that being the first day with us, and so it's nice for them as well to be able to come out with us and we do things as a family.
Yeah, and she proper supported you with it, didn't she? And she was cheering you on, and which was lovely. Got involved lovely as well.
Yeah, and she had some ice cream, I remember.
Yeah. I expect she remembers that bit as well. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one of the questions that people often ask is, did you ever feel left out or like jealous almost of the people that we support?
Yeah, that is something that I get a lot, because obviously I was quite young and, quite attention hungry at that age, as you naturally are.
Yeah.
But I think because before that, Mum and Dad, like, you were both working away, and it was always, one of you was in the house, one of you had to leave, then you'd swap, and like no one would ever really see each other. So I think I was just happy that you were at home, and I still spent loads of time with you, and it didn't feel like, the like I was deprived of any attention or anything, because it's you looked after them, but then you also gave me all the time that I needed.
Yeah.
And you managed your time very well, so that...
Yeah, we did manage our time very well, because the guys we support often were out in the daytimes as well, and in day centres, and they had their interest outside of the house as well.
Yeah.
So obviously then when they're out of the house, then the tensions are on you.
Yeah, but yeah, I wouldn't change anything. I think that's like a big point. Like, those people are always like, oh my God, it's so amazing what you do, and like, I mean, I guess it is, but it's just our life, isn't it? Like, we don't really see it like that.
No.
It's just how, and I think it's kind of shaped me into who I am, and I wouldn't change it, because if I didn't have those experiences and I wasn't kind of like brought up with them, I don't think I'd be as compassionate. I don't think I'd be as kind to others and understanding of others.
No. Sympathetic, aren't you? Yeah.
And it's helped me now. Like, now I'm officially working with Mum and Dad.
Yes.
And that's a great opportunity to be able to have, like, growing up them my whole life. I know them inside and out, and I'm able to care for them.
Yes, I think it's given you lots of different experiences in your life that you might not have otherwise experienced. Like, we've always taken the guys on holiday abroad, so we've had lots of holidays with the guys, and also different day trips that we might not have gone on had we not had the guys. So you've experienced a wide range of living, really, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, lots of memories. And they all enjoy different things. So one day we'll be at the water park, the next day we'll be like looking at animals, and yeah. So even the like versatility of going on the holidays, but then the versatility within the holidays as well, and the different experiences within the holidays. And I think because I've had like other people to share my time with, and I've had those experiences, it's kind of made me more patient. Like having you have your attention on someone else.
Yeah, having to share.
Yeah, like yeah, I think that's a valuable thing to be taught when you're growing up.
Yeah. Otherwise, you could have grown up like an only child and been very spoiled.
Yeah. Yeah. And also like it's just, as well as that, it's taught me a lot of like, I feel like it's given me a lot of qualities to go into the world with. I feel like I'm very open-minded, which I think is a good thing to kind of go out into the world with,
going
and
with the flow, and
and considering all my options and evaluating things, and but I feel like it's really prepared me for life, and I love it. I love the people that we've grown up with, and I'm kind of dreading the day that Mum and Dad retire. I don't want them to go anywhere.
no,
Yeah.
I can't see us retiring and
No, I can't
anyway.
imagine my life any different.
No.
And also we had someone else who we supported but has now moved out, and he's engaged with 2 beautiful children, and that's a wonderful thing to experience and to watch and to be a part of. But it wasn't always like that, was it? To begin with, I was quite like, who are you and what are you doing in my house?
Yeah, he was so different to the other guys that we supported, because he was more mental health rather than LD. So
yeah, and it was like he was one of the first people to come to us, wasn't he? I think
he was third.
But I think because I was so young and I was adapting to being introduced to all these people, like and very quickly, suddenly you're living with them, and it's you are kind of thrown in the deep end, so you kind of have to learn.
Yeah, I mean, before that, you were supposed to we'd have a couple of weekends, like taster weekends, with them, and then they're on a 3-month trial. That's how it works. So you are chucked in, really.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, it was a nice introduction.
Yeah,
but it's when he suddenly moved in, I was a bit shy, I think, and then he bought me sweets.
Yeah, and it was fine.
And then it was fine.
And then come the end, I mean, towards the end of him living with us, we'd built up enough trust to allow him to walk you to the shop. He used to walk you to the shop, buy sweets for you. And you used to look for him when you came home from school. You'd shoot past me and Dad and go to him.
Yeah.
Not for the sweets, but just because you liked being with him.
We always used to play Xbox and
yeah,
all those fun memories. But yeah, they're all like family. I call him my big brother, and I'm his little sister.
Yeah.
And got aunties and uncles and
well, his children are calling you auntie, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. They are. But then the other people I support, we call them auntie and uncle, don't we?
Yeah.
And all their nicknames and
I've got lots of nicknames, haven't we?
Yeah. So it kind of it's about the relationships that you build. I think that's really important when you're younger, just to have those strong relationships. We were just talking about how we like the fact that we feel like we make a difference. One of them in particular, the one that's moved out and has got children, is always saying he's grateful for us, and
if it wasn't for me and Dad, that he doesn't know where he'd be and what would have happened to him. And he feels like we've saved his life, and he wouldn't be where he is today without coming into shared lives.
Yeah, and that's for me to be growing up in that and having my mum and dad as role models who are, they're pretty amazing. To have them as my role models, I think that's a very special thing.
Yeah.
to have an Ian and Gill Richardson in your life. And it's a nice thing for us to hear, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we've made a difference, because that's ultimately our goal, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and if you look at one of the first ladies that came to live with us, unbeknown to us, when she first came, she had a lot of problems. She had a mental health as well as a learning difficulty, and she's an alcoholic, unbeknown to us when we first took her on. And if you look at where she was then to where she is now,
Yeah, the progress.
it's just that's the payback, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the reward.
Yeah.
And she's healthy and she's very happy.
God, so happy.
So
yeah.
happy. Yeah, so that's just, I think that's
making me emotional.
yeah, yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's and because they're just our family. It's only when you look back at it that you see the difference that you do make.
Yeah.
Whereas day to day, you're just doing what you do, and then you're like, yeah.
When you do take the time to look back at it, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
it's the pride. Oh, getting all teary.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for us. That's the reward. That's why we do what we do, and that's why I'm so grateful that I've grown up in it and that I've experienced it every day, and I get to watch Mum and Dad do their thing, and that motivates me to want to do well because I see them doing well. So yeah, I'm very lucky. I think that's basically all for today. I think that sums up what it was like growing up, and what it's taught me, and all my experiences. So Mum, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think there is no.
No? Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much for joining us today.
It's okay.
And join us next week for more Shared Lives, Shared Thoughts podcasts.